Hello everybody and welcome to a new Polowow video. I am Polo. So, you are watching this on Monday, March 31st, which means we're just a couple of days away from the most anticipated, I think it would be the most anticipated Nintendo Direct of the year of 2025. As you all may know, that's the Nintendo Direct where Nintendo is going to show us all the hidden secret details of their upcoming console, the Nintendo Switch 2. So, a couple of days ago, we had a Nintendo Direct showcasing a lot of games that are still coming for the current Nintendo Switch, of the generation of Switches that we have right now. I think the highlight of that was the presentation of Metroid Prime 4. Oh! We finally get something new from Metroid Prime 4, which we cannot wait to play, and which I'm hoping we will also get a version on the Nintendo Switch 2 with better graphics and who knows what else. But what is going to be the highlight of the next Nintendo Direct? Obviously, all the things that we don't know about the system. And with that, and with the title of this video, as you may already guessed, I would like to share with you a final prediction, one of my favorite predictions that I've thought about. Actually, one of the things that I would love not to be just a prediction, but also a hope, a dream, a chance, a reality. And without further ado, let's begin. So, we all know that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be larger, so that means a bigger screen, that means bigger Joy-Cons, they will be easier to hold when we play with them sideways and whatnot, it'll be more powerful, yada yada yada. But I would like to bring something to your attention, an accessory or couple of accessories that I believe this console should also have. I believe they're going to enhance the gameplay options and bring more options for things to do on the console. And that's what Nintendo wants. Nintendo wants us to be as much time as possible on their Switch, because that means more possible time of us buying their games so we can play them. But also maybe interact with other people online through our console. Something that we cannot really do all the time, because for most games, especially first-party games from Nintendo, we need to use the app that we have on our smartphones from the Nintendo app. I don't like that. I think the Nintendo console is more than capable of doing it all on its own. In fact, if you play Fortnite, you can actually use the voice chat option that already comes with that game, and that game is free. So the system is more than capable of doing that. But I would like to take this one step further. And without further ado, let me show you on screen what I'm talking about. So please excuse the raw footage that I'm going to show you. This is from my, as you saw, my current Nintendo Switch OLED. And as you play with your Nintendo Switch OLED, you know that we get notifications. At the top left corner, we get some notifications like that. Look, I have some friend requests. That's pretty cool. And a friend of mine just got online. Let me just pause that for a second. So we have those notifications. It let us know that you have a friend request or that some friends just logged in. And that's all great and good, but that's not enough. Systems right now can do more than that. So why don't they add that to Nintendo Switch? Imagine that you could be able to, while you're playing, could be able to not only look at that notification at the top corner of your screen, but imagine that you can also press it with your finger, and it will open up a small window with some more options. It will give you more details. So this friend just logged online. That's great. But if you press that notification button, imagine that it tells you more details. It's playing this game, or it's doing this on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously not personal private stuff, but it will just tell you, hey, they logged online, they're playing this game, or they are maybe using an app on the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo apps on the Nintendo Switch 2. That would be great, please. That's one of my predictions. Hopefully it'll happen. But anyway, it tells you what they're doing. It can tell you what they're doing. But imagine that we also have some other options below. An icon with a keyboard over there that allows you to send a message to your friend. If you click on that icon, it will open up a small keyboard. And you can use that with your fingers and send them a message, a short message or whatever you want to send them. Hey man, or hey friend, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing? Hey, I saw you playing Mario Kart. You want to play together? Blah, blah, blah. Things like that. Or just chat. What's up? And on the other side, they will receive a similar notification on the top left corner, and they will decide if they want to check that notification or not. It will tell them if it's a friend logging online or maybe just a friend sending them a message. And they will decide if just, to ignore it by just keep playing, or to click on that notification. It will pause maybe the game, or it will keep the game playing but open up the message. That could be configured prior on the configurations of the system. You can choose which one you want. And then you can maybe read the message, answer back, and all that stuff. I think that would be a good addition to the system, and obviously it can handle it. I don't think it's that heavy on the system requirements. But not only that, imagine that you have a microphone icon, and below it, a camera icon. If you press the microphone icon, you'll be able to record a message. And if we record a message, we will need a microphone. How will we do that? Well, let me show you something else. If you look at the presentation video that we got some time ago from Nintendo themselves, we got a glimpse of the official look of the Nintendo Switch 2. And right about here, you can see this. You can see that small little hole at the top of the system. If you look at it correctly, that is right beside the cartridge, where the cartridge goes in. The cartridge lid, or whatever you want to call it. That little hole right there, you might think, oh, that's for a screw or something. No, it's not a screw, because if you look a little bit to your right, you will see a screw right there. That's the size of a screw. That right there is a hole. And as I'm looking at it, the current Switch does not have a hole. It doesn't have anything right beside the cartridge slot right there on the lid. It doesn't have anything right there. But as you look over there on the Switch 2, there's a hole right there. Maybe this console has a microphone. So, getting back to my prediction, you push the microphone icon and then it will allow you to record a short message. You remember the 3DS? You could do that on the 3DS. Why couldn't we do that on a much modern, more powerful console? And so you take your Nintendo Switch 2 and you press the record button, or you press the microphone button, or however it's going to work, and hey man, how's it going? I'm just beginning a Mario Kart session. You want to join in? Look, send, and that's it. Now, let me take it to the next step. What if we also have that camera icon that I talked to you about? You press on that camera, and that means send a request for a video call session. So your friend gets the request, she or he either ignores it, or they can push on that notification icon, the camera icon, and start the video session. And you would have your Nintendo Switch screen with your game, and on the side or a corner, you will have the face or whatever it's on the other side of the other Nintendo. And you will be able to see your friend and have that video call session while you play. I mean, you can decide to just push the home button and go to the menu while you have your video call session. You can even have your video call while you go to the kitchen, maybe put your Switch over here and you prepare yourself something to eat or get something to drink while they're still having the video call. Simple. I think it's totally doable. One problem would be, I mean, we just saw where the microphone could be, but what about the camera? Where would the camera sit on this system? Well, if we look at the screen right here, you would see that the edges on the side of the screen are very thin. There's no room for a circle over there, right? It doesn't seem to be possible to have a camera there, right? Well, let me now tell you about well, maybe you already know this. There are some smartphones, I think some smartphones from Samsung that already use the technology, the fold smartphones. And there's a laptop that has this technology. I'm talking about a technology of systems that have a camera embedded on the screen. The camera is actually under the screen. You don't see it when the screen has some images or something. You won't be able to see the camera. You have to activate it in order to showcase itself or allow the pixels on the screen to show the camera. Let me show you. So this is one of the laptops that does that. It's a laptop from Lenovo. And in this section right here that shows you how slim the edges are, you can also see this right here. Under display camera. Under display camera. So maybe the Nintendo Switch 2, if we go back to the image of the Nintendo Switch 2, maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 could have that technology and could have the camera right there. Maybe it's hidden below the screen, and while you're playing, if you're having a video call session, the camera will pop up, a circle will pop up over there, and you will be able to have that video call session. I think that's a wonderful idea. Now, you can say, okay, that might be, but it's not a good idea because when you dock the system, how will the camera work? Well, simple. The system will go on the dock like so. And as you can see, there's more than enough space for the camera to avoid the dock. So it would not get obstructed by it. And that way, we will be able to still, let the camera see us. If you put your Switch on the dock and go to your couch and start playing, you would still be able to simply have that video call session without getting the camera obstructed by the dock. And you can game on your big screen and chat with your friends. Now with the bigger screen, you can easily see your friend on the other side while you play your game. I know it sounds crazy, and for a lot of people, you might think, oh, come on, that's something that you can do with your phone. Why would you add it up to your Switch? Well, when I'm playing with my Switch, I want to play with my Switch, and I don't want to be bothered with other devices that I need in order to have a simple conversation with my friends where I am interacting with them through the console. I think it will be an interesting idea. If you ask me, however, will Nintendo do it? No, I don't think they will. I don't think they will. Maybe for a future or the second version of the console. But a man can dream. Hey, if there's some evidence of a microphone, who knows? Maybe we do have a camera. But anyway, I will keep dreaming and hoping in the next couple of days we will know. And I won't have to torture myself with the possibilities of what is to come. Anyway, I hope you guys like my prediction. I know it sounds crazy, but hey, like I said, we can all dream. Hopefully Nintendo thought of that too, and let's see if it becomes a reality. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the reveal of all the hidden details of the Nintendo Switch 2 on the upcoming Nintendo Direct on April the 2nd. Thank you so much for watching my video, and may the light embrace you. Bye.